continuing the dating over 50 conversation, but now we are talking about what happens when the relationship has gotten to the intimate point. And who better than our own Dr. Lauren Streicher to join in the conversation. Welcome, Dr. Streicher.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bella is back with us, Barbie and Harlan. So how long should a couple wait when they've been dating to get intimate? We're talking dating over 50.
Let me make it simple. I'll give you one word: sexclusivity. Wait until you're exclusive to have sex. You don't know this person, especially if we're talking to women. You don't know if he's, we call them high GHQ guys, high in good husband qualities. You're not going to know that by date 3. You want to go out on 1 date a week, should turn into 2 dates a week, should turn into 3 dates a week. And then when you say, yes, we're not going to date anybody else, then you're exclusive, then it's the right time to consider being intimate.
Okay, Harlan and Barbie, but what if you've waited a long time for a date? Okay, you are over 50. I'm just being real, and it's been a while, okay, and you see somebody, you have a great date, the wine is flowing. Is it awful?
I think it could be wonderful, exciting, passionate. It could just be the most incredible day and night and afternoon ever, okay? But the big question is, before the sex, what happens after the sex? Okay. And it's asking someone, after we have crazy good sex, what's going to happen? What do you want? And it's being very honest. And if someone says something that you don't like, then don't have sex
so
with
ask
that
the question
person.
before you do.
Absolutely.
I think that you have to first know what your relationship goal is. If you're playing for keeps, then I would hold off on sex. And maybe make sure to articulate that you are someone that enjoys, you're sensual, you're sexual, but you really want it to be special, so that they understand that, hey, you're fun, you just don't want to do it right away. But I think it's also liberating. We're women these days. If you want to have sex, just make sure that you know yourself. If you're someone that is expecting a relationship to come out of it from that night of passion, you're setting yourself up for failure. If you know you could handle it and you're going to keep your heart from your head away.
Yeah. Well, I know Dr. Streicher would say make sure you use protection, right?
I hate to be the Debbie Downer in the group here, but unless you're both virgins, keep in mind that there are over 50 sexually transmitted diseases. Women over the age of 50 are twice as likely to be infected as the guys, less likely to show symptoms. So you want to have a positive experience, but you don't want to test positive. So you need to know how to do that and go in this with your eyes wide open.
Okay, so how do you do that? I mean, should they just be using condoms?
First of all, as a woman, don't depend on the guy. You know, he may show up with a condom that he's willing to use, and he may not. So bring your own. Make sure they're marked extra large, just so he'll feel good. But there are also female condoms, and women need to come prepared. They need to be aware of that, and they need to be prepared to say, you know what? We're not going to do this because I'm really concerned about what I might catch.
Right.
And you know, women kind of say, well, he's a really nice guy. And I'm sure he is, but it's the nice guys you have to worry about, because it's the nice guys that have a lot of women that will have sex with them. So they're actually more likely to be infected.
Okay, so what's your answer, though? If you're, how long should you wait to be intimate?
I don't know. I'm with Bella on that. I don't think that there is a specific length of time. I mean, honestly, for some couples, it might be 2 dates. For others, it might be a year. It's, you know, adults are very different than young adults. You know, people know whether it's going to work, whether it's not going to work. There isn't necessarily as much invested in being intimate. And it really, as the panel has said, it's after sex. You know, it's how you're going to feel the next day. When you wake up and you're next to this guy and you're going, oh, what was his name? And, you know, that's not a good
definitely ask these questions before you do it. You're saying don't ask them afterwards, right?
Well, before, but one of the greatest tests to see what a man wants is to say no. Is to say, I want to wait. Because a man who just wants to have sex with you isn't going to wait. But a man who wants to get to know you, he's going to be patient and wait. No tells you everything.
Right.
Right. I do think that it would send the right message if you did wait and make sure that they realize that you're special and that you hold yourself to a certain standard. But you could still flirt and be touchy-feely so they know that you're into them and that you're not being rejecting someone.
Right.
Also, I think it's really important to know that having sex is kind of scary for both the man and the woman. I mean, time is not kind to one's butts and thighs and body. And you know, it generally sex involves nudity. And you have to be ready to expose your body.
Not with the lights off.
Well, that's where the candles are key.
You don't even need the. If time has not been kind, you don't even want candles. You want it dark.
and it's also
the dark.
Hey,
not to mention, failing eyesight is a wonderful thing.
You need the touchy feely. Just figure it out.
That's great. No, that's my lamp. Oh.
Ida's glasses.
Gee, you have something for us?
Yes, I do. This is a question from Carol Cobb. The first part is for Bella. What do you do if you don't have the finances to have those type of photos taken of you? And then to Harlan and Barbie, I don't really know how to let a man know that I'm interested without being over the top. So let me take the first part of the question about getting photos. If you can't hire a professional service, find a friend that loves photography or is good at photography, has a nice camera. Dress yourself up in nice, bright colors because everybody looks more youthful, more vibrant in jewel tones. Wear pretty dresses, skirts, dress to impress, and have someone take a bunch of pictures of you in different outfits, ideally outside because natural lighting is best and is kind of good. Photography is part art and part science, so make sure you get someone who knows what they're doing. But you can do this on your own.
Right. And Instagram has amazing filters. Yeah. By the way, it really does.
You can't do
Oh, no filters.
Yeah,
Okay.
People want to date the person in the picture, no Photoshop.
Okay.
And make sure you smile. That's the key.
And the second part of the question was to Harlan and Barbie. How do you let a man know that you're interested without going over the top?
So I would say you have to play a mind game. And the mind game is, are you as interesting as you are attractive? Okay, that's what you need to think. Because you know you're interesting. You know you're dynamic. You know you're all that. Your only job is to find out, are you as interesting as you are attractive? And when you do that, you actually can ask thoughtful questions, and you can actually hear what someone has to say and have an honest conversation. And then I'll let you take the rest of it.
Yeah, I think the one thing is just to be bold, be fearless, don't be afraid of rejection. And again, it could be a compliment like nice shoes, I like your watch, or it could be, even if it's for yourself, to go in that you're talking to someone for your friend, and you could say, are you single? My friend would love you. Well, they know it'll be you down the line, but then at least it opens the gates of talking and just having a conversation. Make it fun. Also, play matchmaker to each other. Tell your friend, I'm going to pick up guys for you, you're going to pick up guys for me, so it takes off the pressure and you have fun. Make it a contest.
Barbie, thank you.
I was going to say, here's one really easy thing to remember. The best way to get someone to like you is to like them first.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. We're out of time. Thank you for watching Windy City After Dark. We do want to mention we have a lovely gift basket for Pam, just in case she gets to that point where maybe she wants to be a little intimate with our date that she got today, or maybe a future date. We'll see you next time, everybody. Hope you have fun.